this will be uploaded onto our school website once we are done with this session. If we want to go ahead and get officially started now, we can go ahead and make some introductions. So if we want to start with Hillcrest staff, and then Lucy will let you guys introduce yourselves, and then you can kind of take over from there.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. I am Lori Manresa, principal at Hillcrest, and we look forward to sharing information for post-school outcomes for our children. And so we're excited to have Lucy Johnson here to express what TLC is all about, Transitions Life Center, so that it may potentially be a possibility for your children. What I can share about TLC from my personal experience is it was founded by former parents of Hillcrest. So Mike and Linda Paglia, who are online today. And so it is, they'll see people they're familiar with. They will have friends that have been at Hillcrest that are now at TLC. They understand the population of students that we work with, and we look forward to providing these kind of opportunities after they leave Hillcrest. So thank you, Lucy and TLC, for making this happen for our families.
And I didn't introduce myself, I don't think. So I'm Mary Lindsay. I'm the school counselor here at Hillcrest. Mr. and Mrs. Paglia, would you like to introduce yourselves, and then we'll let Lucy take over after that?
Sure. We're Michael and Linda Paglia. We founded TLC back in 2012 for the same reasons why everybody's on this call right now. We hope TLC, fills everybody's needs, and we give our kids lifetime of enjoyment and like we all deserve. So that's what TLC is all about. That's our view of it anyway.
I'm Linda. Thank you guys all for logging on.
Okay, we ready to get started? So I'm Lucy Johnson. I'm the executive director here at Transitions Life Center. I came on in 2017 when we started inside of a little church building, and we have grown tremendously since then. We have our own community center now. We're on our own piece of property. We have big plans going forward. So this is just the beginning, but we've really accomplished quite a bit over the past few years. This is my director. She's director of programs, Meg Dickens.
Hi. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have a wonderful program that keeps all of your students engaged. We enjoy the students very much, and we have a lot of Hillcrest former students.
Alumni.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
We do a lot of fun things here. We work on enterprises. We have a garden that's gorgeous that we work in daily. We recycle computers thanks to the Paglias. They keep us stocked. We do crafts, we do music, we do Zooms with other members who are no longer here. We try to keep everybody engaged and interested. And we try to teach them life skills so that they can be successful in the community.
So first and foremost, I really want to thank all of you parents who are joining in, because it shows that you're really taking an interest in your students and what's the next step. And so kudos to all of you. Kiss your brains. You're great parents doing good jobs. And I'm so proud of you for taking interest in this. This is a huge step. You've had wonderful guidance through Hillcrest School for all these years, and being in Marion County, you've got good guidance. But what happens next is a scary, scary proposition. And so we're here to let you know TLC is filled with lots and lots of love, and it's vibrant. It's a great community. So I hope that I get to meet all of you in person. I'm going to move on to the slideshow now, and I think Miss Meg is going to say goodbye. She's heading back to the members.
Please take the time, stop by, visit us, and you will see the love, the joy, the happiness the minute you walk through the door. Thank you again for joining. I'm going to go work.
Thank you. Around here, it's always work. So we really enjoy our work. We love our members. We love being here. And if you get to walk in the building, you will immediately feel that love. Everybody tells us all the time. So here we go. We'll see how technologically savvy I can be. I have a few extra steps here. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can. It looks great.
So welcome to TLC. This is our beautiful community center. We are so proud of this. It's 5,000 square feet, and we have lots of plans to go bigger, but it's a great start for us right now. and we want to welcome you. Today is National Pajama Day, so our friends thought that they would just at least give a little share for you and show you who we are and give a little wave. So you see them, they're dressed up. We love to celebrate special days and make their day very special. So today is National Pajama Day. Put your pajamas on. And we couldn't start without giving Hillcrest a very warm welcome.
That's great.
So that's just a little picture of our big room. It is actually a little bit more formal than that. We have a beautiful large screen TV, but because it's Pajama Day, they will be celebrating today by having pancakes for breakfast, and they will also be watching a movie on the big screen. So one of our instructors, Mr. Mario, has bought in a big screen to set up for the members to take a view at. So they're very excited about that. The Thrive program is our every day, Monday through Friday program. We do have plans to open up and expand and do more programs. So you'll see over the next few years, you'll see other programs coming in. But right now it's Thrive: teamwork, honor, respect, independence, values, and education. We feel like all of these qualities are things that are very helpful in their everyday lives. And we want to keep encouraging that. We want to stimulate that with them. We want them to have positive experiences, but we do want them to further their growth and just continue to thrive and be the best that they can be in their life. We start our morning off with visual schedules. That helps them to understand. If you take a look over here, this shows the schedule. It lets them kind of put a time on their day and organize their mind to know exactly what the schedule is going to be. A big part of that is flexibility. And as you know, that is a challenge for a lot of our members. But we help them to get through it, and being able to visualize and see those pictures helps them to have a little bit of control over what's going on in their day. And it does help them with their choice making and to know what the next step is and to transition. So as you see, we run it a little bit like school, but we do some different activities. So as they come in the morning, you saw them all, they were having snack. We do remove our masks to have snack because of course they have to be able to eat. We talk about what's going to happen at our day. They choose their daily chores. I'm trying to move my little menu bar down there. So they choose their chores. Everybody has chores and they get to pick and participate in that. And then they also use visual images for when they're cooking. So that way they can kind of follow along on a recipe, and they don't have to be able to read it, but they can take a little bit of control by looking at those pictures. We are a religious organization, or faith-based organization, I should say. And so we do study the Bible and we talk about it. It's done in a very enlightening, fun way. We just kind of share stories and we talk about how that affects our everyday life. We do dancing, yoga, or other forms of exercise. We try to get them out and walking. And then we break into doing our enterprises. Enterprises are micro businesses that we've created here at TLC so that our members can learn job skills. They can each have a different role in those mini enterprises that we do. Someday, our goal is that those enterprises will financially be supporting TLC, but right now we're still working on the job skill part and the organizational part. And I'll talk about more of those as we go on. We have lunch and cleanup, and all of the members, they are responsible for taking care of their own area. Of course, we provide them support with that, but we want them to be able to be independent. The big part of what we do. Some more walking and moving, and everybody loves to play games. So at the end of the day, we kind of, as we're cleaning up, doing our chores, we have games on the big screen. They're interactive. Sometimes we play bingo. Sometimes we do karaoke. Sometimes we do trivia questions. They're all fun things that they can do as people are getting dismissed for the day and as we're doing chores. So it's a beautiful, beautiful time here. So here are our mini enterprises that we have. This is one of our computer recycling girls. This is our garden area. And these are some of the crafts that we've done. We get the opportunity to go out into the community every now and then, especially when COVID is not around. And we can have sales, so we can be at farmers markets. The Paddock Mall has been very gracious to have us. They always host a table for us whenever they're doing sales. And so May 8th is our Mother's Day sale at the Paddock Mall. We hope you'll come join us and see what goodies our members have been up to making. Computer recycling is awesome. The members, several of them, have learned to completely independently take apart every ounce of the computer. They take out all of the wires, they take out the motherboard, they take all the screws out, and they put them into different buckets so that they can be recycled. So they have to sort everything. Some of them can do the entire thing, like I was saying, from start to finish, and others each have to have an independent job. So for one person, it might be to remove the screws. Another person, it might be to sort some of the materials. Some of them, it's to remove the motherboard. But they have really, really learned what their high points are and to work together. It's a team effort. So here you see on these two pictures here, you see our girls. We call them Rosie the Riveters. They like to have fun with that. The gardening center, we've been working with FANS, Fitness and Nutrition in Schools at Hillcrest. I know you're familiar with that as well. They've come in, they've helped us to build up some raised garden beds, and we'll be getting a greenhouse coming, I'm hoping in July. Everything got held up because of COVID. So we really are hoping to have a nice vertigo greenhouse in July. Our ultimate goal with this, and right now we're just learning, we're all learning how to garden, because that's new for all of us and our staff. What works, what doesn't work, when you over fertilize, when animals come in and eat your goods, that's not good. But once we have the greenhouse, one of our goals is to start providing the seedlings to all of the schools. So every time the schools replant, they bring in seedlings, and FANS works with another nursery to bring in those seedlings. But here at TLC, our goal eventually down the line will be that we'll be creating those seedlings. And so we'll be sending them off to the schools. They'll be started here at TLC, and we'll be able to send those back to the schools. I don't know if we'll be able to accommodate every school in Marion County. It's a big goal, but we certainly would like to be helping Hillcrest and sending our seedlings to Hillcrest to plant. The crafts for the market, so these change based on the season, of course. So if you look down here, these are just general crafts that we do, sometimes with painting, sometimes with putting things together. The center one here, that's a Cricut. So if I have any crafty parents on, a Cricut cuts vinyl, it cuts paper, and it makes die cuts of items that you want to incorporate into a project. So we use it to do a lot of vinyls that are iron-on. We can make tote bags, we can make t-shirts, and the members learn about the program and how to start the Cricut, and then they have to peel off the vinyl, and we have a press so that they can iron it on, and then that's one of the items that we sell. We also make some dog treats too, just like at Hillcrest. We don't have quite as big an audience yet for that, but we've been doing that as part of our sales. We also make people treats. So we like our pecan crunch. Everybody comes back for that all the time. It's delicious. It's one of Miss Meg's recipes. We've made chocolates for different holidays. We made hot chocolate bombs. Those were a hit at Christmas this year. We make cards, we make greeting cards, and we change those out for the season. So if you're looking at the top, you can kind of see an array of the different items that we make. We get very creative with wine bottles, bird feeders, hummingbird feeders, lights, tiki torches. So we try to recycle different items, but make them pretty. And the members really, really enjoy taking part in that. Daily living skills are extremely important. So cooking is a big part of a daily living skill. We want the members to be independent. We want them to, of course, learn to create a meal for themselves. For everybody, that is a little bit different. So some of them, it might be helping to chop vegetables. Some it might be helping to mix. Some it might be adding different ingredients. We do a lot hand over hand with some of our members, and we like to pair them up so that they have a peer that can help them if they need assistance while they're doing different chores and activities. Sewing is a big deal. So we sew a lot of little knickknacks that we sell at some of our at some of the events that we go out to. And pre-COVID, and we can't wait to get back to this, we would go grocery shopping. We would have a list of items that we needed. The members would take a look and see what was on sale and what they could incorporate. into a little bit of a budget. And then they'd have to go out and find those items in the grocery store and bring them back so that we could cook with them. We really, really are looking forward to getting back in the community. I know everybody has been housebound, and that's been a challenge for all of us, but we've learned to work our way through it. There's some more daily living skills. So learning how to tie shoes, of course, we try to make it all fun for them so that they're engaged in doing all of this. So you see somebody here, he's helping to tie somebody else's shoe or to get it on her foot. Of course, shaving is a big deal. Any personal hygiene is a big deal, brushing teeth. So we try to work with them in small groups. Some of it we try to make, enjoyable and funny and silly. We have visuals for them to look at to remind them. And then, of course, the goal is for them to do it as independently as they are able. We are extremely fortunate that we will be hooking up with University of Florida, their occupational therapy department. And we will have some students visiting with us this summer. They'll actually be doing projects here for both of their summer sessions. So that will be coming to TLC, and we plan to grow that. The Dr. Clausen is in charge of the occupational therapy students at University of Florida. Wonderful, wonderful lady. And she's committed to helping us and coming here and using Transitions Life Center for their students to learn and for our members to continue getting some of those services. We love to go on field trips. We cannot wait for this to come back. So we've been patiently waiting. We've taken the members down to the splash pad over at Citizen Circle downtown, and Lillian Bryant Park is not far from us here. There's also a splash pad there. They absolutely love this. When it's scorching hot in July, this is a fantastic activity for them. We've been to Coon Hollow Farm. We've done hay rides out there. Coon Hollow Farm is a great place here up. I think they're in Micanopy, so they're not too far from our facility. The members just really enjoy being out there. There's games for them to play. There's pumpkins to paint. So that's a great fall activity. And we like to partner up and go over to Discovery Science Center sometimes, Marion County Library, and teach them what's in their community, what's in their neighborhood. Where can they go? What are things that can occupy their time and help them? Games and exercises are a big part of our day because we want our members to stay mobile. We know that if they are sedentary, it will make everyday life harder for them and more difficult. It will be harder to tie shoes. It will be harder to take care of themselves in the restroom. It will be harder to reach things. And so we want them to be as active as we possibly can keep them. Right now, we just broke ground on a fitness center that will be added to our campus. We'll have a beautiful covered pavilion there, and then we'll have some fitness equipment to help them out. We've got some stairs coming so they can practice on that. We've got some sort of multi-use equipment for both wheelchair bound and regular members that they can practice on. And we hope that our OT students will take some advantage of that over the summer. And hopefully someday we'll get some physical therapy students in as well. And we also plan to have a swing set because we have been told by our members that that is something that they absolutely want for outside. And then there'll be a little walk around track that they'll be able to use, and a basketball court. So those are all going to add to our movement. Arts for All, we have been very excited to join them in. They started with us in January this year, and they had a virtual art program. It was theater and music, so they did a lot of singing and dancing while they were doing that. And you can see we bought it in on the big screen. We've learned to do a lot of things virtually. As Miss Meg was telling you, our members will tune in with members who are no longer able to attend TLC. They are our homebound members, so they are still very much a part of TLC. But because of COVID, as many of you know and have probably experienced, we had to be extra cautious with certain individuals. And so for them, this is a huge part of their week. Most of them are home all the time, and to be able to get out and engage with their friends has been huge for them. So we try to join them in as best we can, and that's through virtual activities and through interactions. Community involvement, again, is a really big piece of what we do. So here's, of course, the Christmas float is a big deal here in Ocala for everybody. The city of Ocala partners with us, and last year they had built us a beautiful, 2 years ago now, a beautiful gingerbread house. We had a fantastic time. We try to do that every year. This year was not quite one of those years. They fold shoe boxes. So at Christmas time, when shoe boxes are going out, lots of churches are sending items and gifts to internationally, nationally. We help out by at least contributing by folding the shoe boxes. So we folded hundreds and hundreds of shoe boxes this year. We partner with the Marion County Humane Society. So our members get to go down and volunteer down there. They absolutely love that. They get to build points while they're volunteering, and their ultimate goal is to be able to hopefully walk some dogs, play with some dogs, get to hold the cats and pet them, but they have to build points to get to that. And so they really enjoy going down there, helping out. They clean dishes, they help rake in the yard and pull leaves. Anything that they need us to do, we try to help them with. And there's just a little picture of us. A little bit crazy, a little bit loud, and a whole lot of love. I'm trying to get off. Oh, there we go. So what are your next steps as parents? I'm sure all of you are going to have a lot of questions for me about that. We want you to go to our website, tlcocala.org, and we want you to complete the application for membership. That would be under the Thrive tab. And you'll have to give me about 15 minutes after. I was working on the website yesterday, and apparently I removed that button. So I will go back in there as soon as we're finished and put the button back on. We want you to schedule a tour. Anybody's welcome to come and have a tour and take a look at TLC, see what we have to offer, see if we're a good match for you. We are not a good match for everybody, but we try to be a good match for most. So we'd like you to be involved in that process and talk to us about your child, your loved one, somebody that you're guardianship over. And just let us know. We ask you to be very open with us because that's going to help us make the best process for your child and the best transition. We want you to hopefully be able to set up a lunch date with us. So we invite incoming members after we've done the tour and we've filled out the application and we feel that this could be a good home, next home for your member. We ask them to come in and have lunch with us. They stay independently for about an hour. Very social. They get to meet other friends. They get to just see a little bit about what TLC is. Then we ask them to come for a full day. So we want them to be here for an entire day with us. Gives us the opportunity to really see what their personality is, how we can help them. Are they social? Do they need a little bit more quiet group? Some of their likes and dislikes. So we can try and pair them up on at least a day of the week that is got some good peers with them so that they'll make friendships and they'll thrive while they're here. After that, we hope that it is going to be a great match and that you'll be able to register for TLC. A lot of you will ask, is there a fee? Yes, there is a fee to attend. Right now, it is $40 a day. That is our base price. $45 a day if they're very dependent and they need a lot of support. So if they need hand over hand support, restroom support, we do have to have a little bit higher of a fee because we have a smaller member to staff ratio. We do accept CDC Plus. So if you have med waiver, you have to make a little bit of a change so that you're able to manage your own budget, but that can be done once you have med waiver. If you don't have med waiver, I encourage you strongly to be on the waiting list. You do make a leap once you leave school, and so it does help to move you up a little bit further on that waiting list. We know it's really frustrating, but you have to be the advocate for your child in that. So follow all of the instructions they give you at Hillcrest, listen to what they're telling you. That is going to be your springboard into making sure that your child continues getting really good service as they grow. Can you be involved with us? Absolutely. We absolutely, whoops, I'm sorry, I need to go backwards. Love to have volunteers. We want you to kind of come in and you can be on a committee, you can just volunteer, you can help us with fundraising, you can help us to, if you have any special skills, any marketing skills, if you're good with video, we would love to have you on board. So you need to let us know what your skills are and we are open to finding a good spot for you and a good fit. And I'm sorry, I can't seem to go back too big right now. So I'd like to open it up and see if anybody has any questions for me.
Lucy, I'm going to ask a question for some of our parents that are online that may not know to ask. Do they have to attend Monday through Friday?
So no, they don't have to attend Monday through Friday. We have some members who come 1 day a week and some who come 5. In that orientation process, when we're having them visit, we really try to talk to the parents and see what their needs are. But we also keep extremely in mind what the members' needs are. So for some of them, it's a little overwhelming to be here too often. For others, we know that parents need it. They need to have the care Monday through Friday. So we try to be accommodating. You do need to start early. We do have a little bit of a waiting list. So we've just recently, we've started really blossoming again. We had a little short time that we were closed last year, and it's taken a little while, as you know, everywhere across the nation to kind of build back up. And we have recently, as vaccines have started to come out, we have just blossomed. And we still have to be social distanced right now. So we're doing things a little bit slower. But I promise if you start off slow, it's well worth the wait, because it means that we're doing our job and making sure that they're getting the right fit. We want them to be successful. There's nothing more frustrating than them coming in and not liking something. So we want to make it as successful as possible for them. So even though you can come 5 days, that's not always a reality. And so you can come as few as 1 day a week.
Another question is, do you provide transportation?
We do not provide transportation through TLC. However, we have partnered with Marion Senior Services, and they have Marion Transit. If you've seen the buses going around town, you have to work with Marion Transit, but as a partner, we work with them as well. They can service anybody who is within the city limits, and they do go outside of the city limits as well, but they don't go as far as like Salt Springs or Denellen. That's a little bit hard to get them in on.
Does the child have to attend full day?
Yes. So, or the fee is for full day. So we certainly have individuals who have doctor's appointments and things like that, and they've had to leave. But our day goes from 9 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. And we have an early bird that starts at 8:30.
Do you follow the school calendar?
We try to follow the school calendar, although last year, really, COVID threw us for a loop. We had to reorganize our calendar. And we've gone to a more full year calendar. We have a break at Christmas. We have a break at Thanksgiving. We take the national holidays off. Sometimes, some years we'll give a break during the summertime, but we've gone more to a regular annual calendar.
Thank you. It sounds like everything that it is truly a springboard from Hillcrest to TLC. There's a lot of things that you're doing that our kids are already familiar with because we do that here. Like your community-based instruction when you go out to go grocery shopping, your fans project with your horticulture program, all of your enterprise activities. So much of what we do is emulated in what you do at TLC. So it is a wonderful location for our kids to go from our school to that type of a program. So we appreciate all that you do there. Thank you.
How about parents? Do I have any questions from any parents?
Can you elaborate on your waiting list comment?
I can. So we try really hard to make room for everybody. Right now, we have enough staff right now to accommodate up to probably about 27 or 28 a day. The space right now, because of keeping everybody separate, we try really hard to keep them when they're at their tables 6 feet apart. We're breaking into other rooms right now. So it's not a tremendous waiting list. We try to get everybody in at least 1 day. That's our goal.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit? Who goes Monday? Are there kids that go Monday through Friday, and then you've got the Tuesday, Thursdays, and the Mondays, Wednesdays?
We've got all combinations. So we've got Monday through Friday, and for right now, most of the Monday through Friday are members that have been here with us and established for quite some time, and they've been attending regularly. Then we have some that just come 1 day a week. And that 1 day that they're coming, we really try to match them with a good peer group that is similar to what they would enjoy. We do our best. We can't be perfect at it, but we certainly do our best to pair them up so that they have a great time. They're going to make friends here no matter what, but we want them to have like-minded friends and people that they're comfortable with. So, and then some come Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You give me the combination, we try to accommodate. When we have individuals who are extremely dependent, that becomes a little bit trickier because our staff to member ratio, we want to be very respectful of that. And so I couldn't have 20 members here who all needed 1 to 3 accommodation. It would just be impossible for us to give them what they need and to take care of them the right way. So I do have to space that out appropriately so that we're not overburdening the staff. And the staff wants to interact. You know, we don't want to see anybody kind of sitting off in the corner and not being attended to. You know, we want them to be engaged. And in order to do that, we have to do our due diligence there. So we do have to be a little bit more careful with the members that require more care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? I'm open.
For your mall Mother's Day sale, what time are you guys there?
So May 8th, and it's usually in the afternoon. I want to say it's from 11 to 2. That's certainly a safe bet. It might go from 11 to 3, but 11 to 2 is a safe bet for sure. So, and I didn't mention if I have any runners, walkers, or anything else in the group, it was part of my my presentation that got cut off on ways you can help. But we do mini fundraisers, and we are going to do a virtual 5K, and that'll start on May 1st. So you'll see information about that. It's a great way to get involved. And just show a little love. We like to show you a little love, so we ask if you show us a little love back.
If anybody here needs a referral for APD for med waiver, please just let me know and I will be happy to send that home.
If you're on med waiver, what's the next step to get between TLC and that? That whole thing is confusing to me.
Lucy, do you want to talk to her a little bit about CDC Plus? Is that what you're talking about, Joanna?
I think so, but I don't know what I don't know. So
Okay.
I'm just shooting a dart in the air.
Okay.
So Linda has been a great liaison, a great mentor to families who are making that transition from having med waiver to managing their own budget. There's a few little things that you'll have to learn. You'll have to be computer savvy, meaning that you'll have to be able to access the internet. You'll have to be able to upload files. We eventually plan on having a little hub here where we can help parents to do that. And some of our bigger goals, of course, are to have liaisons here that can kind of help guide you through the process and through the way. But right now we have parent mentors who are helping to fulfill that.
So Joanna, just to help out a little bit on that. So med waiver will automatically pay for certain services. So TLC does not get direct payment for med waiver. In order to be a member of TLC, they ask that you change your membership with med waiver to a CDC Plus program. It is still funded through the state. The difference is you manage the money as opposed to the state managing the money. Is that correct, Lucy? Am I getting that?
Yes, that is correct. And
so that's where there's a little bit of work that you have to do on the front end to make that happen. And I know that Linda has done that. Linda Paglia has done that for her children. So it is a process, but it is a doable process. So it's just a matter of accountability that you need to keep track of. Should you have to be audited for any reason, you're monitoring where the money goes.
And you have to
Okay.
be organized.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Once
at this point, if you're getting nothing from med waiver, I didn't even know that they have an amount there for you. So that's amazing. You're basically taking it private instead of having them do it, although they're not really doing anything necessarily at this point, are they, when the kids are in school?
So they do have a support coordinator that'll step in and kind of guide you along and oversee the process. I think it's called a QSP. Don't quote me on that, but that's where they do a question with the family and they try to come up with a plan for your child. So they really look at what your child's needs are. They'll ask you all sorts of questions. They'll ask you about their dependence, their independence, their abilities. They may say to you, can your child dress themselves? And of course, as a good parent, you're going to go, yes, my child can dress themselves. You want to let them know, but they can't put a belt on. They can't they need help to button their pants. They need help to button their shirt. They need me to hold their shirt so they can get their arms in. You need to be very realistic with them. Then they will assign a dollar amount based on points from the conversation that you have with them. And then that is how they come up with your budget that they allot for you. If you're working and you need care 5 days a week. That's going to impact your budget, but you have to be able to prove all of these things as they're asking you those questions. And so once they've devised that, Transitions Life Center is a vendor under the CDC program. And so we've already been vetted through them. Just to let everybody know, we do a full level 2 background check on all of our staff. And I didn't give kudos to my staff. We have the most wonderful, loving staff. I know Hillcrest is there. They've got all kinds of great people, but we really do have, and that transition, we've got really caring people. And every one of them will tell you, if we don't give love and we're not kind to the members, that's an easy way out the door. So. I hope I answered your questions on the CDC. I'm definitely gonna, I only see it on the back end, so I'm gonna defer to Linda, who does it as a parent, and she can probably answer more specific questions.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you giving my number, Lucy, to anyone that needs some help with that.
Okay.
It's tough, but it's doable.
If you're not currently a member with Agency for Persons with Disabilities, like Miss Lindsay shared, it's very important that you start that process. It should have started many, many years ago. However, when you make that contact, you also want to let Agency for Persons with Disabilities know that your child is aging out of the school system, because that kind of bumps you up on the list of need. I work 5 days a week. I need a place for my child to go. He has to be supervised. There has to be some sort of adult day training program available for them. So you kind of have to make it urgent. If you don't make it urgent, it will not be an emergency for them. So saying that they're aging out of the school system is a big one. Also, they have to meet criteria for APD, and the parents that are online, those children will meet criteria for APD. So that's not a question.
Okay, guys, I think at this time, Lucy, have you finished your presentation?
I have. I really encourage everyone to come and at least take a tour and see what we have to offer. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, and you'll at least leave with a smile on your face no matter what. So,
Parents, if there's no more questions, please feel free to log off, and we'll stick around for just a second for those of you who might have any additional questions to ask.
thank you so much for coming, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Thanks, Lucy.
Thank you.
Here.
Bye.
Bye.
Joanna, you have to volunteer there. Did I lose her?
Whoops. Say that again, Lori. Right
I said you have to volunteer there. You're going to love it there.
Come
Hi,
and see us.
guys. Lucy, you are just shooting exponentially. I mean, I couldn't get enough of your cute little pictures and your presentation. My God.
Thank you. It doesn't do it as much justice, I promise, as coming in and seeing it in person. I
I
have
believe
yet to have anybody, even just a layperson in the community, come in here and they all tell me